Well, welcome back, and we've been discussing again this enigmatic but really nefarious figure, Klaus Schwab. And let's talk about you're exposing his history, and again, some of it, as you mentioned in the book, was taken off of search sites and stuff like that. You know, as it relates to his dad and other things. Let's talk about some of the agenda. We've heard for a while. It's different names, but Agenda 2030, things like this. What are some of the ways in which he has implanted people around the world? What is their scheme? I mean, you talk about some schemes, surveillance, finance, and social scoring. Just let's unpack a little bit of those.
Yeah, well, again, I discovered, first of all, I saw the Hitler time and go, oh, that's where he got his idea with eugenics, human 2.0, want to modify the human species, as sick as that is, and this idea to take over the world. So it's Hitler. But then I decided, wait a second. So let me do my own investigation and take a look at what was Hitler trying to do. What was his ultimate goal? He didn't get to pull it off. Mm-hmm. You know, he was working towards it, but what was it? I.e. the Third Reich, right? And so we go, okay, so I did a study and I go, okay, let me figure out what this Third Reich's ultimate goal was. And their ultimate goal was to take over the planet. And in order to do that, Hitler arose out of a time of crisis, economic crisis. And then he came in and he replaced and took control of the government. He took control of the medical system. He took control of the educational system. He took control of all the media with Joseph Goebbels, right, and things of that nature, and only used propaganda that only promoted his agenda. He came in and he even promised to, believe it or not, Hitler, the Third Reich, he promised to fix the planet, get rid of pollution. I'm not joking. And then also to save the trees and the animals, which became the justification of taking over private property. He promised people that he'll improve transportation and everybody will have their own car. You know what the car was called? Volkswagen, which is still, that's from Hitler, which means the people's car. And aren't we promised new cars with electronic cars and everybody save the planet and we're all working together? It's the same baloney that Hitler did. On and on, carbon copy. If anything, Schwab didn't have to do anything. He just took Hitler's format to create a crisis for not only to create a global government, but he's taken over every single sector that we just mentioned that Hitler did in Germany, but now it's all over the world, including the United States of America. And then he's using that as an excuse to pull off this great reset, which again isn't just an economic reset, an excuse to take over the planet economically as well as governmentally, but it's also to create a new human species, a eugenics program. And so that's why we're going like, forget calling it the Great Reset or the Fourth Industrial Revolution. You need to call it for what it is. It's a repackaged Third Reich. You need to call it for what it is, the Fourth Reich. That's where he's getting it. That's his methodology, right? And again, he's been training since the early 70s world leaders to go along with this. And I think that they've literally, number one, sold their souls to the devil. And number two, the reason why they've also gone into it is because if they work with him, guess what? They get to be the top. And so we have, even in our own country, including Biden, who have sold themselves out because when the dust settles with this program, that they're going to be at the top and the rest who survive get to serve them. Like you said, it's the feudal system. And this is what they're bringing.